Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand what is AWS Lambda. Imagine you are going to your friend's house. You don't have your own car or bike. Instead, you are going to use Ola or Uber service. You will book the ride, cab arrives, take you to your destination, you will pay for that ride. That means you only pay for the time you are using the cab. No need to pay for idle time. Exactly. AWS Lambda works in the same way. You don't need to worry about owning or managing your server. Lambda runs your code when you need it. Just like calling Ola or Uber when you need. You only pay for the time your code is running. And once it's done, Lambda stops and does not run again until it is triggered. I hope you understand what is AWS Lambda with this simple analogy. AWS Lambda is a cost-effective and flexible. Here we are just going to pay only for the time our code actually runs. We are not going to pay for idle time. Now let's see how we can create AWS Lambda. Let's log into our AWS console. To create AWS Lambda, first log into your AWS console. I just log into AWS console with my IAM user. If you want to understand what is IAM user and root user, please check our previous video. Here you can simply search Lambda. So when you type Lambda, you can see run code without thinking about server. Let's see what is that. I'll simply select Lambda. Now we landed to AWS Lambda page. Here they mention how it works. Let's try this. They have some code with a different language. Let me run this code. I don't know anything about the server. I don't know anything about the compiler or language, anything. I'm just having some code here. I'm just going to run. Hello from Lambda. Let's run with Java. Hello from Lambda. So without any platform, without any server, without any compiler, without any installation, we can run our code. That is how simple AWS Lambda. So let's you run code without thinking about server. Okay, let's try to create a Lambda function. So here we have option called Create a function. So for beginner, we have different options. For beginners, I will say start with author from scratch. In upcoming videos, we can learn about how we can use a blueprint or container image. So let's start with author from scratch. Give your Lambda name. I'm just giving Cloud Developer Lambda 1. You can select your favorite runtime, Node.js, Python, Java, anything. For this example, I will just select Node.js 22. And architecture, you just keep like that. And here permission we have change default execution role. You select this. We have multiple options. Like we are not going to modify anything. We are just going to use create a new role with basic Lambda permission. In upcoming videos, we can learn how we can use existing role and create a Lambda function. So just create a new role with basic Lambda permission and click on create function. Successfully, we have created our Lambda function. So here we have this option like index.mjs. Here we can simply modify our code and run our code. For example, I'll just modify hello from Cloud Developer. Let's deploy this code. Code is deployed. Deployment successful. And now we can test this code. To test, first we need to create a new test event. Select this create new test event and just give your test name. I'll just give test and just save. Now I'm just going to test this test. Return hello from Cloud Developer. This is how simple we can create a Lambda function. In upcoming video, let's learn how we can use this Lambda to create a web application, how we can deploy our API in Lambda, how we can trigger API from API Gate. How we can trigger Lambda from API Gateway. Let's learn one by one.